The first light of dawn broke over the hills of KwaZulu, but it carried no warmth. Smoke curled in thin gray ribbons from the village, and a tense silence hung over every thatched roof. Fear was thick, heavy, and unrelenting. Sipho lay in chains inside the chief's compound. His body ached from the brutal beating the night before, yet his spirit burned hotter than ever. He could hear Nandi's whispered prayers, carried faintly through the wind, and it gave him strength. He would not bow, he would not yield, not while love still fought for him. Nandi, hidden in the inner chamber of the compound, clutched her hands together. Tears streaked her face, her heart torn between obedience to her father and loyalty to the man she loved. She whispered a prayer to the ancestors, begging for a miracle. Meanwhile, Ayanda, trapped in the chief's hut, refused to cower. Her fingers scratched secret symbols into the wooden walls. A silent map, a coded call for Themba. She refused to be a victim. Each carved line was a heartbeat of resistance, a promise that her love would survive. And Themba heard. Hidden in the forest beyond the village, he gathered a small band of rebels, young men and women who dared defy the chief's tyranny. Hearts pounding and spears in hand, they whispered their plan. A daring raid, one that could cost them everything. "Tonight we strike," Themba murmured, his eyes flashing. "We take back what is ours. Our love, our freedom, our lives." As night fell, the village seemed calm at first. Then, suddenly, fire erupted across the thatched roofs. Arrows hissed through the air, and the deafening war cries of the rebels shook the hills. Smoke blotted out the moon, leaving the night alive only with chaos and sparks. Sipho felt the vibration through the ground and, with a roar that split the night, tore free from his chains. Pain shot through his arms, but adrenaline and rage drowned it out. He emerged into the chaos, eyes searching for Nandi. She met him halfway, and together, they charged into the fight, their hands clasped as if the world depended on it. The chief's son advanced, spear in hand, his arrogance blazing like the flames around them. Sipho met him, their weapons clashing in sparks and steel. Each strike echoed years of oppression, every block a rebellion against the chains that sought to bind them. The night rang with their combat, the rhythm of hate and vengeance, until finally, Sipho's spear struck true. Across the village, Ayanda broke free from her confinement, running into Themba's arms. They barely had time for a breath of relief before the chief himself appeared, his massive frame emerging from the smoke. His assegai, darkened with blood, gleamed in the firelight. Rage radiated off him like heat from the flames. The ensuing battle was savage. Rebels clashed with the chief's warriors, arrows rained from the sky, and screams of pain and triumph intertwined. Nandi and Sipho fought side by side, Themba and Ayanda weaving through danger. Yet the chief was everywhere, a storm of wrath. Hours passed like minutes. The fire consumed the village, but the rebels refused to yield. Sweat, blood, and ash coated their bodies, but their hearts were unbreakable. Finally, the chief's son lay defeated, the power of his tyranny broken. The smoke cleared, silence fell, heavy, bitter, and full of tension. Themba held Ayanda close, relief flooding his every nerve. Sipho, victorious but bloodied, searched for Nandi, and she was gone. The fire and chaos had swallowed her. The hills trembled with grief and hope alike, echoing the loss and triumph of the night. Though the chains of the chief were broken, the fight was not over. Love had survived, but it had not yet been fully reclaimed. From the shadowed hills, Themba swore an oath. "We will not rest, not until every heart beats free." The echoes of that vow carried far, and hearts of the hills had only just begun to beat.